effort to take advantage of Western weakness, at a time when democracies can be said, I'm afraid, reasonably, to have made not the best fist of all of this. It also shows how the West has failed to cooperate, whereas China has, over a massive area and with some of its partners, achieved what looks like a much more standardized approach, where you can move very rapidly and achieve very quick results in terms of test and trace. So that is undeniably a point. But this is not a medical campaign to say, listen, you must do as we do. It is a political campaign to say you are weak, your democracy doesn't serve the right purposes. Look at America, utter horror and chaos. But this is not a medical campaign to say, listen, you must do as we do. It is a political campaign to say you are weak, your democracy doesn't serve the right purposes. Look at America, utter horror and chaos. Look at the United Kingdom, look at some parts of Europe as well. How on earth can you say that your system is better than ours when it is clearly incapable of doing anything other than making things worse? This is a very powerful political weapon, and it's being used very aggressively. How on earth can you say that your system is better than ours when it is clearly incapable of doing anything other than making things worse? This is a very powerful political weapon, and it's being used very aggressively.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. A double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to your Akim that's out there doing the work of truth and sincerity. All right, so as you see that video, a few things I, took from it. I believe, well, in fact, I wrote it down. Salaki. So the name of this lesson is going to be Sit in the Dust, Shorty. All right, America, the well-favored harlot. All right, so everybody's on her side, but not for long, because the Lord has taken that pride, that prowess away. All right, as we're starting to see. The discussion this gentleman had, this Edomite, all right, is one of many different discussions that they have on a day-to-day basis concerning, the who's going to be the political or who's going to be the global standard. All right, and it seems like China. Well, I'll just read what I got here. Salaki. It says China on schedule with New World Order measures. America lagging behind. All right. And so we're seeing that because what ultimately the Lord is taking America out of its place, out of its rulership. OK. And there's certain other countries who want to slither their way to the top. And what's happening is really, the world is through, man. All right. After America's done and cast it out. All right. The whole world is through, man. All right. Esau is the end of the world. All right. We ain't not finna go into another age with Moab, these Chinese. All right. They had their age. OK. And now. So what we're seeing is, the Lord pretty much about to put an end to this place. And that's how we know this thing is close. OK. So I got some notes and then I got some precepts, and Lord willing, this is edifying. All right. Because it's seeming from what they're saying, this is whole political agenda with this whole pandemic. And the first responders, so to speak, or the ones that seem to tack onto these, these new draconian measures are the ones that's going to be pretty much leading this whole new world order. OK. And so what the Lord is about to do, he's going to cut everything, really. All right. Setting these nations up to go to war with each other. OK. So Salakia says China on schedule in NWO measures. America lagging behind. OK. Because you got all sorts of things happening in America right now that's pretty much stalling, the full force of these draconian laws. All right. With this new world order. OK. So let me get 2nd Esdras 15. And Salakia, because I'm all over the place. 2nd Esdras 15 and 46. OK. All right. 2nd Esdras 15:46, and thou Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. All right. And so that's what, these Moabites have been doing, building themselves up like these Americans. Okay. And tacking on to this, basically this new world order philosophy. If anybody's into full on automation, digital empire, it's China first. Okay. Because they fully subjugated themselves to Esau's, his new world utopia, so to speak. They want to be the leaders of the new age that's coming in, and really, they're just being pawned. All right, to bring it on certain events. Okay, because this is leading to World War III, and the complete phasing out of America and all the other nations getting their power over America. So that means a lot. That means a lot. America is going to go down, but it's going to go down with everybody, pretty much fighting against her. All right. Derailing their global interest, which, and I'm speaking in terms of hyperinflation. That's coming. That's going to be heavy. All right. Because of this whole new Bretton Woods, this whole new global standard. All right. So, Salaki, it says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom. All right. That they might please the glory in thy lovers. You see. All right. And that's Moab. All right. And Moab basically, being more like unto America, and heavy deep into that philosophy. Oh, transhumanism is big over there in China. You would have thought that was an Edomite, exclusively an Edomite thing, But no, Moab is taking up the gauntlet, so to speak, to basically go all the way in on this thing, man. Who knows? Those Moabites might be chipped, but they're on the verge of lining directly up and being right on schedule with this new world order, these new world order measures. Okay. And that's why when things happen here in America, they're gonna happen fast. Okay. It's gonna come by a surprise, man. It's gonna be heavy, man. So here we go. It says, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. See, inventions. Going back to that transhumanism. All right. It says, therefore said the Most High, I will send plagues upon thee. All right. Widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. See, a lot of these people think they're going to get away from this judgment that's coming. You hear the elites talking about global warming. And no, these are all events that the Lord is bringing upon this place, man. All right. And they're trying to write it off as something completely different. All right. Okay. It says, right, destruction and death. It says, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. It says, the heat shall rise that is sent over thee. All right. And thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and the lovers shall not be able to receive thee. All right. And that's what's going to happen to Moab. Hey, see, these nations think they're going to get in here and it's a new opportunity for a new age, a new start over with this whole digital currency. And they're going to be madly mistaken, man. All right. So next scripture, Jeremiah 50:14. Because it's evident what's happening. Now, Khan. So it's more clear, it's more clear on things that's going on. All right, so Jeremiah 50, 14. All right. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right. It says, put yourselves in array against her, against Babylon. All right. And now we're speaking on America. All right. Let me see. Yeah, because it's explaining America's future right here, which is, in other words, Babylon. Okay. Jeremiah 50. But I really didn't want to go too far into the destruction, but just what's leading up to destruction, because we're actually seeing things being said and what's on the elite's mind right now, as far as their hegemonies go, because it seems like all these nations are seeing that America's unfit, all right. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh. All right, because ultimately, she is has to pay. Ultimately, it's the Lord that's judging America. Okay, but now we're starting to see the talks and the councils on what they think where America's basically what they're about to do. Okay, they're already telling us that America's unfit. And this is on a global level. You got all nations talking about how unfit America is to lead the global economy. All right. So this thing is very huge. All right. In terms of biblical prophecy, because now we're starting to see the gears turn. And when we start to see these gears turn and this new world order come in, these nations are going to be turning on each other. Also, there's going to be the infighting, all right, which we're seeing now, all right, which is going to lead to the turmoil, which is going to lead to more of this, this pressure and the stress upon these regular citizens, all right. Man, it's going to be one for the books, man. It's going to be one for the books. It says, yep. So shout against her round about, all right. So ain't getting to the shouting part. Well, in fact, I'm thinking about Iran right now. I'm thinking about Iran. I'm thinking about these different countries that America's come against, and what they're getting in that mode right now. All right, shout against her round about, and hath given her, she hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. This is Babylon, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh. All right. It says, take vengeance upon her as she had done unto her. All right. Salaki, it says, as she hath done, do unto her. Okay. And so the nation's about to spoil America. Okay. And it's going to gradually lead up to a World War III. But that, these birth pains. All right. These birth pains is perplexed, man. All right. The birth pains are going to perplex this place, man. We're talking about all sorts of things happening. Okay. So Salaki. So, here we go. Oh, Salaki. So yeah, so all these nations are going to do to Babylon, America, what's been done to them. All right. And it's ultimately leading up to World War III. This deal ain't going to be good for America, man. All right. It says, verse 16, it says, cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. All right. Because that's going to happen, man. Okay, so Salakia, Jeremiah 51 and 7. Because I had these points, and I was just writing stuff down and just thought of these precepts, and just thinking about how we are actually entering into this thing. All right, so Jeremiah 51, and let me see if they don't mess about line deliver every man. So I can start at 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. All right. And see, it's so many people turning and running into this burning building, which is, for the most part, this is the iniquity of America. All right, this place is going down, man. All right, because of the evil, because of the wickedness that it continues to perpetuate. You know, and these people at the lowest level, they fall into the trap. They fall into that destruction. Micah 2:10. You're not supposed to be comfortable. All right, you got people that want to be comfortable in the society and are becoming corrupt due to them wanting to be partakers within the frameworks of the society, man. On how this society is being ran. You know, so these people are literally running into a burning building. All right, it says Jeremiah 51:6. It said, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance." So if you thought it was cool, going into witchcraft, dabbling into, homosexuality and doing all these different things just because you thought it felt good, yeah, you did it at the wrong time, because it's the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, all right, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. All right. And see, they have taken on this philosophy, have gone in the ways of America. Now they've been polluted. They're all out of whack as countries. All right, and destabilized as countries. You know. But also we're understanding that the Lord have propped America up, and he's taking it down. Okay. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed, because that's what's going to happen. All right. It says, how for her, take balm for her, if so be she may be healed. All right. And she's not going to be healed. All right. You've been hearing the chant, make America great again. And really what they're saying is heal America, get it back to that former state where we were thriving. But that's not going to happen. All right. Babylon, Salaki. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. All right. So it's like putrefying sores. OK, she can't be healed. Forsake her. All right. Because she's gone. It's like a wife turned hoe, and now not just only one man. It started to add up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men. And now she's just completely gone. Different spirits on her and all. That's how America is, It says, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. All right. So people are going to scatter, man, because everybody's holding on to this American dream. Everybody's trying to be part of this whole scheme of things, and people, they're just going to be cut off, and they're going to have no choice but to run to their own, So Salaki. All right. So I just got a few more notes and probably a few more scriptures. Yep. It says, and I know Salaki, if I was all over the place, but I just was candid on this one. I just had to just go in on it, So I'll continue. All right, with my notes under Jeremiah 51:7. Nations about to phase America out. Top spot. America too unstable. All right, and that's why I got Isaiah 14:9, because why is it unstable? Of course, it's the Lord. It's the Lord that made it unstable. Okay. So, and this is what the Lord is doing. All right, Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. What is the coming? They're coming, the New World Order. All right. And see, you'll be surprised to know that America is not a leading country in the New World Order. In fact, it's a third world country, who all these nations are finna pretty much eat the sores off of this place, man. All right. So Salaki, it says, and it says it stirred up the dead for thee. All right. And it says even all the chief ones of the earth. All right. And these are the nations rising up. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. These are all these different nations raising up against America. All right. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? All right. And this video in the beginning was an example of what the scriptures is saying, man. Art thou become like unto us? Okay. In fact, they become worse than the other nations. They're more in debt. All right. They're destroyed as a nation. This nation's the nation's core beliefs are all askewed. It's all confused. It's supposed to be a Judeo-Christian upbringing in America, and now it's just the LGBT feminist. It's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite. All right, which we know this place was built off of witchcraft anyway. All right, and they had us in captivity. All right, and the Lord gave them power. All right, so we already know what's up with that. Okay, the Lord gave America, or the so-called white man, rulership of the world. All right, it says verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave. All right, and that's why you have to you can't flex your muscle like you want to with these other nations. Okay, your pride is being brought down to the grave. It's dead. Kill it. Kill that noise. MC Shan or something. Kill that noise. So, and that's what the nations are saying. Well, that's what the Most High is saying, man. Kill that noise. All right. Let's see. It says, in the noise of thy vows, all right, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. All right. And so what happens when worms spread under you? Basically, it's like a dead body. You're decaying from the inside out. And that's what America's doing. From the moral fabric of the society, gone. Nobody has morals anywhere. No more. Nobody stands on principles. Nobody has integrity. All right. And you know that by how the women act in this society, and how the so-called white man is ruling in society. All right. So this place is through. Okay. It's been through. Now it's becoming more evident. It's more clear. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? All right. Lucifer meaning the light bearer, the Illuminati. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations. All right. So Esau, you have that light. You are the light bearer, the Luciferians. All right, on the left hand side. Okay, and all right. So Salakia, where was I? Oh yeah, Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? All right, and this is talking about a man. All right. So a lot of you, if you haven't been paying attention thus far, you're going to be completely lost, and that's why it was important to get this knowledge while we had the chance. All right. And hey, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Shai, for just giving us the little understanding that we have, to make sense of what's going on in the world. Because these people are going to be lost out here, man. All right? These people are going to be completely lost. They're going to be completely without hope. And it's just going to be, it's going to be what it is, man. So, Salaki. Let me see. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. All right. And, you basically got Esau has Israel hostage, holding the Israelites hostage. OK. And with this whole pandemic, with this whole COVID-19, this health scare is the final chess move to finally buy in on his perpetual hatred once and for all, and totally annihilate us. And see, the nations have pretty much come together. All right, with that's what this whole new world order is about. It's about phasing out God, phasing out the Most High's people, and bringing them into a new enlightenment, which is Satanism. All right, at its very core. Okay, and that's what's happening. They're trying to phase us out with this and I'm talking about all the nations, China too. All right, we talking about Russia, the Edomite Russians, Moabite Chinese, all these nations that's coming together. All right, for this whole new world order. It's to phase you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out. You Israelites out. It's to phase Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai out of memory, out of context. All right, so that they can worship and serve Satan and go on with this whole satanic utopia. It's not gonna happen. Okay. So yeah, man. Let's get back to the notes, Salakia. All right. Oh yeah, Zechariah 1:11. Zechariah. Yeah, I was gonna stop and do this all over, but I said, what the hey, Zechariah 1:11. It says, and they answered wait a minute. It's Zephaniah. Slacky. All right. And this is just basically speaking on the economics of Babylon. Okay. Zephaniah 1:11. It says, how ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All right. All they that bear silver are cut off. And we're about to see this happen. Okay. Because Mektesh is a merchant city. Okay. One of renown. Okay. Of renown. Okay. One of the epicenters of trafficking. Okay. In its time. And what the American economic structure, and I'm speaking on Wall Street, mirrors the renown of Mektesh. All right. And so the merchant people are going to be cut off. Okay. That's what you're going to see with this hyperinflation. Okay. The dollar's going to be cut off. Okay. Because as the dollar drop, gold rises. All right. There's going to be food shortages. Food is going to cost too much. People's dollar is not going to be able, you ain't going to have no spending power, so on and so forth. Okay. More riots, more civil unrest, which we're starting to see. This is going to be a trend. What we've seen in DC a few days ago is going to be a trend. It's going to be something that spawns into something else, until this place is, eats itself from the inside out. Okay. All right. So, I'll just finish out my notes. Dollar. Let me see. Not able to lead global economy. That's America. Dollar is weak. It's trash. Slow dragging, and it's a strain on the world economy and other nations' growth. All right. It says America still a bully, eating up all the damn food and paying rent, and put it in the sense like that because that's how the nations would feel. They have all this debt that America is accumulating. All right. And it's a slow drag on the whole system. Okay. And so now they have to phase America out. All right. And that's what you got when you go into the new Bretton Woods. All right. When you look that up, the new Bretton Woods is the phasing out of the dollar and bringing in the new global currency. All right. New global reserve currency. Okay. That means a new global standard. All right. And it's all in line with this new world order, with this whole pandemic, and how they want to bring in these new laws, bring in these different measures. And China is pretty much leading the world. It started there first. Okay. So China going fully digital. All right. And they're the lead nation that's pretty much scurrying for this opportunity to lead the world in this new world order. It says, but they're gonna be taken out of the way too. Nations choosing another global leader, one whose compliance is strong with New World Order measures, fully automated digital systems. And that's pretty much what I had, you know. Hey, Lord willing, it was edifying. Just wanted to, go ahead and do something on that video that I seen, well, that clip that I seen, with these different agendas they bringing up, So more generated crises, whether they be fake or generated or not, all right, it's all leading to the downfall of this place, all right, because the Lord is he's on all sides with this thing, man, all right, and he's going to it's going to reach his purpose, his will, all right, and with that, I'm going to say shalom.